All right, welcome to Gran Turismo 7. We've got the championship race right here, right now. Everything could change here. This is a tight race. There's no room for any mistakes whatsoever. This is going to be a high drama race for sure. We've got competitive championship focused racing right here. The pressure is on. This is going to be all about mistakes, probably comebacks, and some storytelling of what can go down at a championship race. It is race 2 of the 2026 season, so there's still a lot more racing to occur. So do make sure that you like, subscribe, and turn bell notifications on. This is going to be a fun one. Expect a lot of pressure. This is going to be a breaking point for the 2026 season. Lots of tight corners, elevation changes, and aggressive racing. Every lap matters as the title fight starts to take shape. One small error can ruin a race or define the championship. This round pushes drivers to the limit as consistency, racecraft, and nerves are all put to the ultimate test. This is going to be all about close battles, high-pressure moments, and GT7 championship racing at one of the most demanding circuits. One small mistake equals disaster, usually about 10 seconds of error if you make a millisecond of reaction error. If you enjoy competitive Gran Turismo 7 racing championship storylines and real pressure situations, this race is for you. Do like the video. If you enjoy GT7 championship content, subscribe for full race weekends, standing battles, and GT7 strategy. You can even join. There's still some space to join in the amateur league here, the rookie league, so you can join at any time. This race is going to probably get pretty warm, so let's get this essentially heat warmer going because the coat is nice and warm. Let's put that on the back and let's get a little practice down. Good luck, everyone. Now I am going to see one thing here. Do a little search here, best brake balance. So probably going brake balance at +2, okay. So probably +2 or +3. So I'm gonna go at +2. Get the camera on. This is for the trail braking, late trail braking, power at 2. I don't know what that's about. Hopefully I hit that and it's just not a natural new setting. So there we go for the settings. Gonna start the race on medium tires. Obviously we want to qualify on the softs. Gotta ease into this. I did 3-4 laps of practice off camera at brake balance 0, so this is actually going to be a nice comparo for me, nice little comparison. 0 was nice because I barely touched the brakes and the car slows down, and a lot of this race is about ever so slight braking. So while trail braking can be advantageous for top speed, I found the harder braking at 0 because the front brakes are activated far more. Found it to be just nice. Let's try that again. I'm gonna try it at 0. I didn't have too many issues with sliding off track. I'm gonna go with early braking, not trail braking. Have the full brakes on. So yes, braking in the turn will mean the car will go straight, but the braking is gonna be at its most efficacious braking possible. Now we gotta get in before. Got to make sure we don't crash this out because this is when you're coming out of the pits, this lap doesn't count. So we really got to cross the line once and then we've got our qualifying lap. All right, the very fine driver, Sir Surek in front of us. Oh, very nice, Sir Rick. That was great accident avoidance there. Great reflexes on his part. And a very good racecraft because he chose to go the right place. Nielsen, yeah, right on, man. Thank you for making it in. The VR, I gotta try that. I gotta try it, but I just don't want to pay $800 to try it and find out that it's just not quite right for me. Hey, thanks to Dark J. Really appreciate the support. All right, so this is the lap that counts. So we still get... 0 is nice nonetheless for slight corrective braking. So we can't trail brake through like there. We would have been better off trail braking through. Should be able to get a 128, 129. Car's not over-rotating. Yeah, nice to have a pro in. Another pro other than Dark J and Ronan and Knight Rider Jim and Jay Rizio. Got actually quite a few pros that drop in and partake in the community. Ricky Rez Racer. And I'm not mentioning a whole slew as I do got to get my concentration dialed in for this track. It's not one of my well-known tracks. Not like Laguna Seca where I know pretty much every turn what speed I'm supposed to be going through in the turn at. Whew, RSR putting in a smoking hot lap there of a 125. Woo! That is pro territory, I'd say. That is fantastic. Well done, RSR neighbor. Yeah, I'm not consistent at all across many tracks because I just don't have experience on a lot of tracks, and I've got some experience on a few tracks, and then it's just about running them often enough so I don't lose that experience. Could have gone through there probably 10 miles per hour faster. Second, just to get that rotation through the turn. Yeah, 0's right for me on this track because I like braking beforehand and coasting through. And if I'm going a little too fast, I like the fact that just a slight touch really slows down the car. Okay, so that should have been probably 100, 105 the whole way through. Not dropping into the 90s. Oh, but we got down to a low 128. Not bad. Not bad. Super Doofus beating us out. Susuric as well. And RSR neighbor just completely destroying us. Dark J saying have confidence in your abilities and every race is an opportunity. All right. Take care, Dark J. Thank you so much for taking the time to drop in. That means a lot to me. I'm blessed to have you in the community, man. You really are a huge supporter, a great source of information and knowledge. Really, really do appreciate you, and I hope you continue to come in. Have a great day. Maybe see you at the end of this, and maybe you'll catch it on replay later. Godspeed, my friend. Take care. It is family day, so I hope you're with friends or family. And I'm going to get, while we wait, get this open here. All right, so ChatGPT was talking about race baseline. They're suggesting a +2 to +3 toward the front. This works best at Brands Hatch because heavy downhill braking and paddock hill bend loads the rear aggressively. The Porsche's rear end layout already wants to rotate on entry. Front bias keeps the car stable without pushing too much mid-corner. And then based on braking style, they also suggest that +3 front offers maximum stability and less snap oversteer. +1, faster turn in, but riskier. And then worn tires or long race go +3 on the front. +3 front, wow. I would have, my goodness. So its recommendation is not 0 at all. Pacific Rim, just checking what ChatGPT had to say about it. Because we don't have our normal, 20, 25, 30 people in here that can give me advice. But please do share your experience here. I would have thought that the solid advice here would be like +2, +3 for trail braking, not on the front though. So big surprise there. We're going to start here on the mediums. Oh, ChatGPT is right this time. Thank you very much, DK Nielsen. I liked 0. I don't feel like I need to. I don't really feel like I need to move past 0 because 0 seems to be doing it for me. I'm getting through. I can do some ever so slight braking in the turn without plowing forward too badly. All right, so after this, I believe we're going to have the championship race for the pros, which consists of Rowiki, Thor, Roko, Dano599, JCCR, DK Nielsen, and a few others. And we've got a 30-minute race here. Oh, I like that. In the Porsche, there's very few tracks where plus is good. Yeah, the Porsche 911, I'm usually pretty much always running +2. Sometimes they take it down to +1. So in the pluses, I mean, obviously, bias, removing a bit of the front brakes so that more of your braking is coming from the back. So that's how I usually run it. And let's see results. I'm going to be starting up in 5th, 2.3 seconds above RSR neighbor. That was an incredible lap. I wonder how that's going to compare with our Pro League. I have a feeling like the Pro League is going to be running pretty much high 124s to low 126s, but we'll have to wait to find out. Forza Canada, 126.6, also very quick. Cerso Rick, smoking fast with a 127. And Super Doofus, great job, 127.3. Really nice work there. Really nice work. And Alfie, 130. Had I not ran this track, we ran it, in practice once or twice this week during our lobbies. So I already had 10 laps on this earlier this week. If it wasn't for that, I was running 130, 131. So 130 is not a bad time. Gonna keep it at 0 for now. Make sure that the power band is, I want the full power. Forza and Neighbor might need a promotion next season, indeed. We'll see how this season goes for them. All right, love it. Rolling start, so no penalty off the bat for the 911 with its poor first gear acceleration. Little over rotation there, but I wasn't exactly gentle with the pedal. I wasn't rough either. Oh well, all right, we're driving the course pretty smooth. So that's step 1. I just want to have a smooth race the track, not try to catch up necessarily to the cars in front. Just gotta race it and pick up data. So here, let's try to remember, what's this speed? That speed is too fast. So 80 and missing the line will have us out of line. So didn't do that in the checking the track. Doesn't seem like I've got anyone. So I guess it's going to be between Super Doofus and I, because we both made the same mistake on the same turn. That would have been a spot where some trail braking, being in the pluses, could have helped, because I could have quite possibly slowed the car down enough while still getting the turn in. Being at 0, I can't just stomp on the brake. Yes, I would have slowed down, but I would have just plowed straight across, and I was hoping to kind of coast on through. But we caught a bit of dirt. I think the Nissan GTR would have been great here with this tight track. because the Nissan GT-R is solid when it hits the dirt. So I'm just going to take it a little slower and then try to slowly build back up the speed and try to remember I'm on the mediums, so I can't drive it like my previous practice laps where I was on softs. That is, I think, I'm not the only one that will make that mistake from time to time. You swap tires and you forget to adjust the drive style and you just get right back into the essentially driving the same way you were during your qualifying laps. Alright, I want to definitely be above 100, but between 100 and... oh, there we go. So, same speed as last time, but actually catching the apex, not missing it by a quarter mile. Like I did last time. 90 through there is about the right speed, low 90s. For the mediums, of course, trying to readjust my brain to the track with these tires. Big variable change as lap times realistically will be 2 to 3 seconds slower with the mediums on. Oh, and we did a pretty darn good lap for mediums. Pretty happy with that. Thank goodness there's a late book fee zone there. Late braking zone. Little extra pavement that I needed that time. So no, I have to go put it in my mind. I've got very little trail braking ability here. It's either brake before or go off the track. There's not much room for error on this track. Being consistent on this track pretty much means getting the track down to muscle memory. Alright, so that's the turn I need to go through. 100, 105. 80s. Fastest we went through was 88, and that was probably about the peak that we want to go. Super Doofus picking up the fastest lap. Great job, Super Doofus. Alright, I think with fuel consumption I can be on softs the whole race, because I think it's going to be the fuel that gets us into the pits. That was a slow one. We'll have to build up from that. Close one. I'm tempted to just drop the brake balance back to +2, free up the front tires, and try to have a little bit more trail braking possibilities for when I get the turn incorrect and try to go through too quickly. This track reminds me a bit of Suzuka. Suzuka is a nightmare. It goes from nightmare to top race, but it's like a 50 lap process. It's a nightmare for the first 50 laps that you take it, and then it's just an absolute dream. Alright, okay, slowly bringing it back to where it needs to be. To the outer rim regions. Yeah, the first sector is great. I actually like the uphill climb and then straightaway. I really like the first half of Suzuka. Love the first half. I also like the last turn The long straightaway, well, even the second last turn. We make a fast, high-speed turn through. Then you got that straightaway, and then at the end, the straightaway, it's a great turn. It's just not great for sim racing because too many people punt you into the wall. But with no other racers or just like racers like us that take sim racing as an actual sim racer and not an arcade, Super Doofus, buddy, you're going the wrong way. Or am I going the wrong way? I don't know. Super Doofus had the fastest time, and it would seem like he pushed it to the limit. And now he'll be back on the track, Doug. Just teasing. He's probably just going the wrong way for a short bit to get back on the track quickly. Hey, Out of This World Gaming, thank you so much. Howdy, friend. Thank you for making it in. Testing out Brands Hatch. My experience on this track is pretty low. Consists of the 5 or maybe 10 laps we did this week as a group. I think we did this race at least once during the week. Yeah, GT is a sim. I love what you've got to say there. Yeah, PC people sometimes not accepting it. They put all their hard work into buying the super expensive system. And of course, with every generality or generalization, there's some truth to it, and obviously some not truth. It'll never apply to everyone. Always important in life to have an open mind to everything, whether it's science, health. Woo! Not the time to start testing trail braking through there. I was going through somewhat on the brakes because I needed to slow down, and that's why we had that power slide occur. Zero is not my usual driving position. I'd say about 8 months ago, I used to drive the 911 on -1. But I also found it very difficult to drive and harder to control than on 2. That's also because I'm a late breaker, and I'm a late breaker because I don't know most of the tracks very well. But I do know a few, and I thrive at those, like Grand Valley, and a few others, Spa, Dragon Trail, give or take, first or last on that trail, on that track. And that's brought to us in part by fellow drivers like Dano that gave me the tips and tricks to get through Dragon Trail at a quick pace. Super Doofus, our JCCR racing pit crew, helping me get faster on several tracks. Just a consistent 130 on these mediums. Oh, that was a close one. I'd say right now I'm at the skill level or knowledge level of this track where we can say I'm driving the track, but I'm not racing the track. I'd say you're racing the track once you've got all the turns locked into your memory and you know what speed to be going, and then it's just a matter of testing it. And even if you're really racing it, you're not testing anymore. You're just trying to play with the variables in your mind. So you're telling yourself, okay, well, on these tires I can go through at this speed if the tires are in top condition. Right now my tires are wear, and it's just a matter of processing all the information. But at least I'm starting to drive consistently. No out of track instances. Hopefully it won't turn into a hold my drink moment. We got time to experiment. Let's go with that -1 as suggested by ChatGPT, -2. Super Doofus is flying because he's making up the time lost. What a pro. That is a pro move. Didn't give up. He must have been, after when I passed him, he was driving in the wrong direction. So he must have ended up like 8-9 seconds behind. And he's just crushing these laps. Good for you, Super Doofus. Well done. Really well done, mate. Incredible. Love seeing that. You didn't give up. You persevered. And you claimed back about 9 seconds. Very impressive. Let's do a few laps at -2. And maybe even go to the complete other end and try +2 for a few laps. Mind you, the car does feel solid right now. It doesn't feel light. Turn-in is nice. Yeah, I gotta fly through there at 100. That's where I'm losing a lot of time. ChatGPT might have been right this time, as DK Nielsen mentioned. Ooh, we gotta just be careful when the steering wheel is turned. Does want to over-rotate. But in knowing that, we can mitigate the dangers. Isolate the variable. Did just have our fastest section. Need to fly through there at 105, so a little slow. We got room for improvement. Ooh, being rate 88, 89. I think we need to go through there probably about 92. But we're getting there. Now the car feels dialed in and nice at -2. Now that we know the track and we can get our braking in and beforehand and not plan on doing any or very little trail braking. Yes, there we go, and on mediums. So ChatGPT got this one right, folks. And DK Nielsen, thank you, DK Nielsen. Nice, very nice. Coming out of that turn, I was almost halfway into the throttle. Didn't over-rotate. I can ever so slightly brake and everything's under control. Going through in the mid-90s there, so that's a nice improvement. 7 miles per hour faster. Oh, gotta remember, no trail braking. So being able to downshift into first, saving us there so we can get the right rotation and slow down at the same time. Oh, we're gonna be quick. It's gonna be a quick one. 129, that's quick compared to our running zero. So I don't even think I'll be trying +2. I think -2, we're dialed in, we're ready to lock and load. Now that we know the track, we can start racing. Hey, Sosa, what is up, brother? Thank you for making it in. Braking a little bit more than I would like through there, but I'm the car behind. I'm 100% responsible of not crashing into that absolutely gorgeous vehicle. There's a lot of pressure when you've got someone right behind you. There's so much pressure to keep the pedal down, and that's where as the pros tell me often, just race the track. Sometimes you've got to zen out and forget who's in front, behind. And of course, when you're, inches or feet behind the car in front, let's not forget who's in front. Then you really got to race the car, because you got to avoid, you got to try to, well, definitely avoid, but you gotta try to find an opening to pass. -2 is very nice, very, very nice. Very nice, I like. -2 is #1 in Kazakhstan. #1 brake balance for this race. Very nice. I like it. Smooth, surprisingly. Rarely, -2 is rarely the brake balance we've got on the 911 here. Yeah, brake balance -2. Who would have thunk it? There, starting to use the whole track. Key to fast laps. You gotta hunt these. You gotta be an apex predator. Hunt, jump, and be all over these apexes. Like a good honey on toast. Forget caramel. Go with the all natural, locally sourced, locally farmed honey. Maybe even throw some bananas on. Yes, out of this world gaming. Sosa, we got some pros in the house. Thanks, guys. Thanks for making it. I was real slow through there. It's because I got into the wrong moment to check my tires. I think softs can probably last 9 minutes, so let me know, is this the right time to pit? Oh, and I didn't even check, is a pit mandatory? It's gonna be for fuel reasons, I guess. No, we could even go through with the fuel. Box. Okay, Nielsen, thank you. So, not racing this lap. We'll say I'm driving this lap because I'm trying to take in all sorts of information. Where is that pit? I think it's right here. Holy smokes! Woo! That was a tight one. Oh, right, it's a mandatory pit, so thank goodness. And fuel. Do we need fuel? We're gonna come out 8 minutes. Let's get a little bit here. I think we were fine on fuel, but we'll take the 3 seconds to get that fuel, not take any chances here. All right, 20 seconds behind Devious. Not sure if he's pitted. If he has, Yeah, not sure we're going to be catching that up. Oh, the softs feel good. Even though they're just starting to warm up, the softs feel really good. Let's not get them dirty. Lap 1, have those stones impregnate into the tire rubber, because this is soft rubber. If you felt this in the real world, such as on the Mustang Dark Horse, the Mach Performance Pack 2 back in the day, Mustang GT's Performance Pack 2, Shelby's, the rubber they come on are Mach 1 Mustangs with the race package. You can put your nail and your nail will just get sucked into the rubber. All right, we maybe got 4th here that we can take. All right, so the tires are warmed up. Let's now put the pedal to the metal. Let's get this down. Get a 127, 128. Ooh, that's how we want to be taking the bendies. There we go, we're bringing the time down from our top lap. Top lap with mediums was a 128.7 if I'm not mistaken. Should be able to cut 2 seconds off that with the softs, but it wasn't a lap I can consistently repeat yet. Practice will make perfect. Got to keep it above 100 there. So that's an error that we can pick up at least a half second on. But we're into the 127s now, which is nice. Time to, before the end of the race, would like to see a 126. Now we got to keep in mind when you go off track like that, these tires are going to be wonky or funky for about 20 seconds. So this might be a 131, 132 lap. Oh, the top of the pack is pitting now. But they were, wow, like first is 49 seconds ahead. So there'll be maybe a 20-some second difference. Which isn't just my accident. The accident, my off-track incident, would have been what, 10, 15 seconds lost. Hey, talk to you later, Sosa. Thank you so much for dropping in. Really appreciate it, mate. Good luck with the races. I'm really starting to enjoy this race. Just like Suzuka, your first 50 laps are painful, and then after that it's got great rhythm and flow. What ruins it is other racers playing it like an arcade game, and just, it's such an easy race to punt people off the track. But this is just so smooth. That should have been 105, 110, so under the speed there. I'm not sure who's commenting the pro race. I've got a good feeling Super Doofus Tom. There's good chances he'll comment the pro race. And check him out on YouTube. Super Doofus Tom is one of our wonderful general managers. All right, 39 seconds to catch up. 52 behind first. +2 handling the elevation changes oh so well. So the brake balance really, I'm gonna start trying out tracks with ChatGPT suggestions so I can run it, can give you all feedback, say whether ChatGPT is way right on or way off. The only thing with ChatGPT is they'll say +2 to the front, and here it's, you know, it says -2, and it can get really confusing. Oh, thank you so much, Out of This World Gaming. I really appreciate that. Sometimes I wonder, because when I first started my first YouTube channel, I was told that I sounded like, well, let's just say that in the UK, you'd go to jail for what was commented, which I don't think is right. I encourage free speech and helped me learn and grow. And I worked on having less of, as they put it, I can't even repeat it. Even in Canada, I have to worry if I repeat that, can I at some point be prosecuted? But it was insinuating that a voice like someone who comes from another country and has a non-traditional preference, sexual preference. So it is nice to hear, nice to get some positive feedback. Woo! Hot dog! That's taking it to the limits. I feel like the redneck version of Han Solo going to the outer rim there. But the question is Han Solo in his world, is he as a smuggler wearing high leather boots, is he a redneck? Is he a space cowboy even within his own world? It gets maybe a little more complicated when there aren't just humanoids around. Mind you, he was friends with Greedo. And he did seem a little odd. You know, missing teeth, not very much hair on the top. So yeah, at least we can say he has redneck, other not species, but non-humanoid redneck friends. Last lap, yes! I could do another 30 minutes easily of this. I could race this race for hours now. Really comfortable, really feels great. Natural, can pull a 128 without heavy concentration. DK Nielsen, thank you very much. And is Star Wars kind of like a redneck version of Star Trek? Star Trek tries to be pretty sciencey, and a lot of the things that we've seen in Star Trek over the last 60 years or so end up being either publicly available or secretly available. And I didn't say all, I said many. All right, so we've picked up a 4th place, not bad with the crash. So I got, of the C's, I'm the only C. I'm a new C though, so that's good. That's good. I was running D. I ran C for a little while last season in the sport mode season. Had some frustrating races where I got booted off the track. Had some races where I had no idea what I was doing and didn't put in an hour of practice beforehand and got kicked down to the D. But I mean, I was in the C for maybe 2 months and I was in the D, deep in the D for a long period. I even got down to low D at one point. And then I built up from there. Didn't give up. kept persevering. It's no reflection on yourself, what other people think of you, what a system or any system or systems think and say of you. It's not who you are. Who you are is built in the present. So we put in the work in the present. We got back up to C, which is odd. It's a very 2025 was an odd season because we even got tested up against some Bs. We got to the very top of C and almost got into the B class, and it just went all downhill. You can get yourself out of any funk. It's all up here. This thing right here, the noggin, creates your reality. So don't ever give up. Don't ever think you're stuck in a position or that who you are is set. Who you are is not set. You decide who you are, folks. Never give up. You can be, well, here's an example. You can even modify your physical appearance. I used to be 50 pounds heavier, and I got to the point, here's a wild run. Before going to the Army, I was my most I ever went up to was 215 pounds of muscle and some fat. I cut down to about 190, what was it? Maybe like 205 going to the Army. Yeah, I think I was like 205 going to the Army. 205 of almost all muscle, and I left the Army in the 140s, about 145 to 149 pounds. I think my lowest was about 145, 146. Went up almost all fat to about 205 pounds. So I actually broke my, I had a job in sales, and I broke my, what do you call them, vest? Not vest, but suit jacket. I broke a button on it because I had too much belly. And then I was like, okay, that's it. I got to do some research. It's who I am at this exact moment, but it's not who I'm going to be. And it's not who I am up here. So I changed who I am up there. Out of this world gaming, I can understand. I still have a back injury from that, but one thing, the Army, I can agree with that because the Army destroyed my back. It's been like 15 years, a little more, and I still have to be very careful how I lift my daughter. I can't shovel snow, and if I do, I could be having a tremendous amount of pain just getting up and out of a chair, walking around. However, the Army did teach me that what you put your mind to something, that pretty much everything is attainable, and what you put your mind to and you work towards, you will achieve. That you just have to put your mind to it and just like force forward. None of this, can I, maybe, it's just you tell yourself, I'm doing that. And then once you tell yourself you're doing it, you just put the work in and you will absolutely get her done. Oh, that is wild out of this world gaming. My goodness. Oh, that is awful. That is very going to prison because of someone else's mischievousness or deviousness is that's the term you used. A hand screw, screwing something. You almost were treated like a piece of wood in that case. So let's see. Who do we've got here? We've got for the pro race, I'm obviously going to need to back out, make some space. We got Thor up here practicing. We got DK Nielsen. Good luck, brother. Rocco. Looking sharp, Rocco. Super Doofus. RSR neighbor 050. Dano 599. Good luck, brother. Mile Janssen. Good luck, Mile. We got JCCR Devious in the pits with me. Wow. That is wild. So did you ship out for the Army on mission, or did you ship out just because you're shipping, you're moving to a different country? And hopefully that does get resolved and worked out. Super Doofus, new livery. Man, looking sharp here. Yeah, good luck, pros. Absolutely. Filling this game saying he just woke up. Well, hopefully he can make it in. Even if he's a little groggy, it's better than nothing. So we're going to have Bren coming in shortly. Rowiki, Seb Cockrow. Okay, I guess the comment's going to show up there. I'm happy it worked out. Top of the morning to ya. Yeah, Hobo Star, very nice. Well said. Oh, we got Dwayne876 Gaming in the house. Right on. I'm over on Super Doofus's channel here. I've been in Super Doofus's channel the whole time, actually. So I've only been catching the comments off to the side here. So we got Super Doofus's channel, who's going to be running the pro race and commenting, I guess. So I'm going to leave someone asking Super Doofus if he's going to stream the pro race. I'm going to wait to find out. If he's not streaming it, I'm going to consider, see if I've, with the wife, if I've got the time to do that. But the baby should be waking up. She probably does need help there. I am at work all week long, so definitely want to help the wife on the weekend. So, Mile Janssen saying, I race clean till you don't. I'm not, retaliations. Oh no, that's definitely, getting discharged is definitely a thing. You can be honorably discharged, you can be dishonorably discharged. So... hope everything worked out. I'm going to try to get back. Where was my live? So my live didn't, of course my live maybe didn't get suggested here. Because I am running as JCCR. So anyways, I'm going to come back into my own live here and just thank everyone. Thank you so much everyone for coming in, sharing, and caring. It was nice to get tips and tricks. Thank you so much everybody. The JCCR Racing Pit Crew has done a fantastic job. All right, so Out of This World Gaming. I'm just catching up on your comments. Okay, so because I only get to see part of it on the screen. Okay, so you're discharged, non-honor, or honorable. Oh yeah, Out of This World Gaming was asking if it was an honorable or a dishonorable discharge. Okay, you're just discharged. Okay. Gee whiz. That's wild. Hobo Star, yes. As best I can. I definitely try to put some time into that every week. I wish I could say I put time into it every day. And I'd like to get to that point. I just need to make time. There's always more time. It's about moving time around. I'm at work a lot. I get up at about 6:30 in the morning. That's probably when I need to get it done. Not get distracted by, the socials and whatnot. I need to jump in, read a little, because I can say that I kind of like studying everything. And from looking at things, whether it's physics, chemistry, medicine, health, just general human health, I think that the Bible has a lot, and I mean a lot, of information that is for the good of humanity. My goodness, okay. So a lot of great information for humanity, from what to eat, what actions and behaviors are, good for you, positive, what type of mindset to have in order to live a life with less stress, greater happiness. Now I'm wondering, the amateur racers, we need to pull out of this, right? Actually, Super Doofus is running his, so I'll ask him here. Now, I'm mostly asking this for others because I don't think I can actually race at all because the wife is going to need my assistance. Pretty sure it's just pro only. Yeah, Out of This World Gaming, absolutely. Godspeed and God bless, my friend. Thank you very much for making it in. I really appreciate it. See you tomorrow night, Monday night, starting at 9, and our races usually start between 9:15 and 9:30 based on how long the weekly race is. PLSS, can AM join? Please, can AM join? Amateur, maybe? Or maybe AM is a nickname of a racer? Haha, Devious saying I already had my chance. All right, fair enough. All right, so take care, everybody. Godspeed and God bless. I hope you get to put the pedal to the metal in a car that you love sometime real soon. If it's not in the real, this is still my favorite place to race. And if you do want to see some cars in the real world, do check out Johnny's Car Care and Reviews. Thank you so much to this group. You've all helped me get over that 15,000 subscriber mark, and we're now running at about 15,200 subscribers. So thank you for all the support over there. Good luck, everyone, and see you tomorrow night. So tomorrow night, Monday to Fridays, unless I'm sick or we got a semi-emergency. Tuesday night of this week, I do have some community work to be doing. It's not a court-ordered community service, but it's work for the community, a little volunteering. So Tuesday night, my race will not go down, but we generally race Mondays to Fridays. So be back Monday night starting at 9 p.m. If the race starts at 9:10, well, then normally I start at 9:10. We go for an hour long live. The goal is to have a live that is about the length that everyone or most everyone can still fit into their schedule. So I want to create content and community. I want to make it so that everyone has the time to spend, every hour that we run. So, 5 hours, sometimes 6 hours a week, that everyone can make it in. Everyone can partake in the community, that it's a consumable amount of time, not, 8-hour lives where it's like, how can you even have time to catch one in a week? 8 hours straight is wild. One of my favorite sim racing YouTube channels does 8-hour lives, and it's just like, I'd be there, but I like to do it all first or last. Do it all or don't do it at all. So we do it for an hour. Don't forget, folks, change your oil. Oh, so important. Get your car tuned and meet us back Monday night. The main race, the sports races, are at 9. I do one sport race, whether it starts at 9 or 9:10, one sport race. Then we get into the lobby race where it's the JCCR team versus the challengers. Often I title it YouTuber versus subscriber races, just so that no one's asking like, hey, am I a challenger? Can I come in? It's so that everyone feels more welcome. We draw in more racers, new racers, bigger community, but in reality, it truly is the JCCR racing team versus the challengers, where we've won now 6 weeks, and the challengers have won 1 week. The week they won is because, well, Rowiki showed up and destroyed us. All right, Sosa, good luck, friend. Take care, everyone. Have a great week. Stay positive and stay kind.